Hello, Aries. Welcome to your August, well, mid-August, really, going into September. Soulmate Session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. And of course, if you resonate with this message, be sure to go ahead and tickle my like button because you know she's kinky and she's into that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot or whatever. Oh my gosh, these are so off center. It's aggravating me. Okay, sorry. Okay, wait a minute. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. So, what we're going to be looking at for this reading, if you guys aren't familiar, but I'm pretty sure you guys are up to this particular point, because I mean, I think it's been like a whole month since we've done them. We're looking at you, which would be Aries, your person, the energy between the two of you, an outcome as well as advice. So, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Gosh, why are these not being straight? This is so irritating, and I'm going to try to not be as anal retentive as I am in real life. Okay, so first card out. This is you, Aries. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the reverse. So there is a sense of unfinished business. You guys can feel like you're kind of stuck in a rut that no matter how much work it is that you're doing, you can't seem to change things. You can't seem to put things back into, I'm not going to say in your control, but into a ram. Did I say ram? Freudian slip. I meant realm of control, right? But I feel that my Aries can kind of feel like you have a streak of bad luck. And of course, you know, these are soulmate sessions. So we're speaking in reference to love. It's almost feeling like anytime you make a decision in reference to a particular person or your love relationship in general, you just kind of feel like you're left holding the bag. Like things just don't ever work out for you, is how you could be thinking or feeling and whatnot or whatever. But in the bigger scheme of things, it's more or less feeling in reference to your relationship that there's unfinished business in the sense, not necessarily like world in the reverse kind of unfinished business, but it's more or less feeling like you're wanting things to go to another level. You're wanting things to go into a different vibrational frequency or a different stage or situation, but it's feeling like you're helpless in order to shift things in your particular partnership, right? And of course, you know, that's fixed sign. So we're talking about Taurus, we're talking about Scorpio, Aquarius, as well as Leo, if that is relevant to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But anywho, your person, I got to do that because the way my claw is set up. Your person, they're more or less on some reciprocity type of time. So I feel like the two of you, y'all are two different places. It's more or less my Aries are feeling that you're at the will of said situation, but your person is feeling like the only thing that I'm asking for is a little give and take. Like what it is that I'm putting in, I want you to give that back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want you to recognize my needs, for you to be there for me, for you to empathically, what's the word I'm looking for, like anticipate my needs, if you will. So the thing I can say for sure is in reference to your person, and I mean, you know, I'm just looking at the cards, child. You feel what I'm saying? But from your person's perspective, they're seeing you and they're feeling that you're holding back. So even though you feel like you're not getting what it is that you're desiring out of the partnership, or you feel like you're trying to fix things, make things better to get you guys to a different space, your person is more or less seeing themselves in a sense that they feel that they're giving a lot to you, but they're not really so much getting that back. But that's still, Jesus, why do I keep hitting these damn claws? But your person feels like more or less that they're not necessarily getting back what they're putting in. So I kind of feel like you guys are mirroring each other, to be quite honest. It almost looks to me like Aries is coming in feeling like you were literally like, you know, you got the short end of the stick, right? But your person is like, I'm willing to give more, but I feel like I give so much, but Aries doesn't recognize what it is I'm giving, if that's making sense. So where I say that that's like a mirroring type of energy, because I feel you both are feeling the same thing, but you're not seeing what the other person is giving, which 9 times out of 10 just means that y'all love languages is different, because you guys could literally be giving to each other, but what it is that you're giving, the other person isn't recognizing, if that's making sense. Now, the energy between the two of you, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. So speaking of empathy, the thing that would help you guys out a great deal is both of you aren't listening to your intuition. And I get it, because in one sense or another, you guys know I've said this 1,000 times before, the main premise of a relationship is intimacy. And the definition of intimacy is the belief that your partner has your best interest at heart, right? Neither of you are really feeling that the other one has their best interest at heart. Why? because so sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. You know, you put your guards up because the moment that you felt like your partner did not have your best interest at heart, then you were like on guard. Now, when you go on guard, that's heart chakra stuff. That's Four of Pentacles kind of energy. You go into self-protection. You're no longer listening to spirit in reference to your partnership. So with your person, I feel with them, they're like hella empathic and just want to give type of things. And I mean, child, if you don't resonate with this, you know what I'm saying? This just ain't your reading. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is a very interesting energy that it isn't seeing. That's Piscean. Can I freaking talk? Piscean energy. Some people say Cancer with the High Priestess, but I'm more of a, Piscean girl in reference to that card. But anywho, the energy between the two of you is kind of fallen to like the darker side of things in the sense that you're more or less looking at what is happening, what's happening in 3D. You're not really so much taking into account the higher spiritual implications of this. And I can't even say that you're supposed to do this, but if I were to be real to make you feel better, Aries, just like I said with the sign that I did before you guys, which was Leo, we're looking at trump cards here, and trump cards always trump minor arcana. That's why we call them trump cards. And I'm looking at the fact that your person is minor arcana, much like how it was with Leo, and you guys are major arcana. So in some sense or another, that says to me that my Aries person that's watching this, like you woke on some level or another, but you're just on the little struggle bus right now, B. And that's okay. We all end up on the struggle bus. You know what I'm saying? But with your person, it's almost like a sense of self-importance that I would feel with that, because what it is that they're giving, it's not on the caliber to which you know. So if your Wheel of Fortune upright, you know what I'm saying? You're overstanding everything. So there's things that you're conscious of and that you're aware of that your person just isn't, because even if your person do think that they woke or spiritual or whatever the case, right? It's like they can't even tap in to even see the stratosphere in which you exist. That's not their fault, because there's levels to these things. You feel what I'm saying, right? But the downside of this is with this High Priestess in the reverse, it's the fact that they have clouded insight because they're not where it is that you at. But you're not doing much different than them because you're kind of feeling victimized by the situation. They're feeling empowered, but it's because they don't understand. And child, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I mean, I do know what I'm talking about, but I think it's weird that we're talking about this in a soulmate reading. I mean, it's a soulmate session, but buzzwords. Anywho, but it's the fact that you guys know better, but you're not doing better is the best way I could say it, Aries. And your person, they feel that they know better and are doing better, but they're not. But it's like, you know better, you're just not doing better. You feel what I'm saying? So you're mirroring their energy to where, kind of like what I said with Leo, and I said that with Capricorn too, where it's like you're guarding yourself there. Like you guys aren't guarding yourself. I don't really see that with this High Priestess, but it sort of kind of is, because you're guarding yourself specifically from your person in another way. But the thing is not really seeing how it is that's affecting you. I hope and pray to God that makes sense. But anywho, the outcome. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So here's the thing with this. It's more or less, I feel that there may be like kind of a separation between you guys and kind of like giving up on the situation. Because the whole key is, it's like, you can't convince a person, like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You feel what I'm saying? So your person in the present mindset that they're in, they feel like that they've given everything that they could possibly give. From your perspective, you feel like they did not, right? They did not give everything they could possibly give, because you're seeing that there's something more that they could have done, but they never tapped into that. Now, the only thing that I say is with them, they don't know any better. Like I was saying before, if you know better, you do better. They don't know better, so they can't do better. But from the present level of consciousness that they're at, they feel like what they're doing is like above and beyond. So with the Six of Wands being in you guys' outcome, there's the potential that you guys could literally take a step back and literally give up on the situation because it's like losing faith in this person. It's like, I don't see how this could ever work. I've tried everything that it is that I've tried. And it's kind of like arguing with a brick wall where they're so like foot in the ground with their stance with everything that they can't even begin to see where you're coming from, because it's almost like this person's perspective is if they feel like they have it all figured out. And that's where I say this is so weird how this happens. It's like your person feels like they have it all figured out, and it's just something as simple as like giving and receiving, but they're not thinking of the deeper implications of like, why is it that, my other person is not giving, right? And like the other person, meaning you, Aries, like, why is it that you're not giving? You're not giving because you don't feel safe and you don't feel that this person has your best interest at heart. So you're in complete self-protection mode. But that's something on the level that they're at that they couldn't even begin to understand. Because like, that's not something that exists in their realm of reality, if that's making sense. You feel what I'm saying? So with the outcome, there is a huge potential for my Aries people to totally give up on this and just like say, fuck it. And you know what I'm saying? Throw caution to the wind, because it's like you don't believe either in your person or in the validity of your connection anymore. This is very heavy, I know. Now, the advice for you guys, we have the Judgment in the reverse. Oh my goodness. So here's the thing. We can look at this two ways, because of course, Judgment in the reverse is an error. In Judgment, there is more or less the energy here that says you should be ascending to a higher state of being, but we're not doing that. So your advice is going to be in reference to kind of looking at the bigger picture and seeing where it is that you could have misjudged this particular situation. Now, why I say that there's deeper implications to this, because depending on your particular situation, this could go one or two ways. This could mean that you completely misjudge who this person was from jump. Like, with you picking them in the first place, you feel what I'm saying? You could have been way off of who it is that you thought that they were. Another thing with this is this could be saying that how you're judging this person presently is what it is that's an error in judgment. You feel what I'm saying? Because if, and this all is contingent upon how it is that you feel about your person. And this is not something that Marlo can tell you. It's like, if you feel that when you met this person, you felt they were this one particular way, and up until this point, you see that there's someone entirely different, then that would be like group one people, right? But the second group would be how you would be misjudging it at this point is the fact that you and your person hit a rough patch, or Aries within themselves hit a rough patch, meaning it's something you're going through in your personal life and you're projecting that on to the person and thus into the particular relationship. Like you've lost hope or faith or clarity with your own life path. And because you don't know where you're at, because this relationship would be a reflection of you and a connection to you, you don't know where we at because you don't know where you at. And that's only something that you guys who are listening can answer. I can't tell you. This is a general reading, child. I don't know all y'all life. You feel what I'm saying? So it's one or two ways. So if you're kind of in the headspace where when you met this person, they were one way and how they are now is vastly different from who it is that you thought they were in the beginning, which could kind of teeter into some love bombing type of stuff. Because with the Six of Coins, I'm feeling like I done everything that I could ever possibly do. That could be a lot of, narky. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, very similar to what I was saying with Leos, it's a realization you guys have to come to within yourself about where you are, who this person is, and what it is that you guys, what your relationship has been up to this point, and what it is that you're looking for in reference to a partnership, right? Were they one way and became a totally different person? Or are they still the same person and nothing has really changed up until things started to pop up into your life? But that's why we do this pick a card. So go ahead and pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. These act as clarifiers to give you insight into which general story we're talking about that's more in reference to you. You feel what I'm saying? If you're watching this in a premiere, no, you can't pause me. So hurry up and just pick the number that came to your mind first. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, if you pick number 1, we have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. I feel if you pick group 1, it's like you kind of already know what type of time you're on, and it highlights the 6 of Wands in the reverse in the sense that you've given up on this person, you've given up on this relationship. You feel like you've literally tried everything you could ever possibly try, and it's just not working. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys' advice in reference to the judgment and the reverse, what you guys could be feeling is falling into that camp where who this person was when I fell in love with them is not who they are now. And I'm coming to the realization and the acceptance of that. And that's kind of like, it's hurtful, but I know that I need to move on. And it's just kind of going through that grieving process. So it's very much like a 5 of Cups kind of energy. Now, my group 2 people, we have keys on a ring. It says many options, decisions, unconventional, strung along, one night stand. So for my group 2 people, I feel like you guys are kind of confused a little bit, a lot of a kind of a confused, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel you guys are the ones who would listen to this reading and hear those 2 different dynamics, and you're not really sure who it is that I'm talking about. Now, here's something I can tell you, one thing about it, 2 things for sure, that I told to Leo. I do cross watchers only readings where if you are cross watching this reading, right? I do readings to where, not these, but I do them over on She Do Tarot. But when I do cross watchers only readings, I'm specifically talking to a cross watcher. Could you cross watch these if you're very committed to your relationship and you want to understand how you're fucking up, right? Because that's how it's going to come up. Like if you're not an Aries, then all of this stuff that I'm saying is going to make you seem like you're this person that's in the 6 of coins. But because we always want to believe that we're the right person, we could easily try to swap it. The way that I do these, they're not designed to do that. So if you're feeling some sense of guilt listening to this and you're like, ooh, I'm not like that, it's just not your reading because your ass not supposed to be goddamn cross watching. You understand what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there, right? So when you listen to these, you have to listen to these from the perspective that you are the person. So whatever I say about the person, I'm talking about you, right? If you wanted to go as far as the cross watch, but that's not my intention. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing I say, like with this whole tarot thing, I'm sorry, I'm giving y'all a lecture group too, but this is something you have to be conscientious of is every single reader that's on YouTube, everyone is reading with the intention of the people who are subscribed to their channel and are avid watchers of tarot. If your person doesn't know their asshole from a fucking hole in the ground and they don't know who the fuck spirit is, then 9 times out of 10, me nor any other tarot reader is talking about them. You know what I'm saying? When those readings come out, it's like, ooh, you're getting blessed. You're going to win the lottery, windfall. We're not talking about the little shit human that you date that does not fucking know who spirit is. You feel what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say that for my group 2 people, it feels more or less that you guys are kind of confused about where it is that you fall into all of this, but you have to remove yourself out of a victim mentality if there is one that's present. And you just got to get in where it is that you fit in, right? So if you are an Aries person that I'm talking to, because that's the only people I'm talking to, right? And with this person, you're kind of on the fence because you're saying, I feel like this relationship is lacking, but your person is like, I'm doing everything. Like I'm doing all of this stuff for you, right? It's like you have to come to that realization of, is it that you stepped out of alignment with your spirit? Are you dealing with somebody that's a narcissist? Because the narcissistic person, if we were to call it that, would be when you first met them, they were one type of way and suddenly they became someone else entirely. And you were just like, ain't nobody got time, but you still got a little bit of doubt. But if the person has completely switched, then truth be told, it's really not an option here. It's like your unhappiness is already speaking to the fact that this isn't something that's for you, right? So I also feel with group 2 people, this could be someone where they have a concept of what it is that they want that's a lot more lower vibrational than the type of time that you're on. So this could be like a situationship where this person was like on some friends with benefits type of thing, not trying to commit. And you lowered your standards to deal with someone like that because there was a hope that this would grow into something else because you felt so much of a connection with this person. But regardless of what it is that you do, we have to understand that we don't have control over other people. So you have to get clear about what it is that's happening. Because like I say, love and relationships is easy as a motherfucker. Either a person wants to be with you or they don't want to be with you. If they want to be with you, they're going to commit to you and they're going to play out the whole relationship, first date, second date, third date, commitment, engagement, marriage. That's the normal way that stuff works. And I don't care about all the other little crazy stuff you'd be talking about, today. But truth of the matter is, if a person wants to be with you, they want to be with you regardless. So if there is a confusion in reference to this, your confusion is your answer. Their lack thereof of an answer is your answer. You feel me? Now, if you pick number 3, Jesus Christ, the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So that's literally coming into this conclusion of what I was saying With my Aries represented by the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, you feel stuck in a rut because this relationship is over and there's a refusal to accept it. You know what I'm saying? The outcome being the Six of Wands in the reverse, it's literally giving up because you completely lost confidence in this ever being anything. So 9 times out of 10, my group 3 people, you've done everything you could ever possibly do in reference to this partnership, and it's just not fucking working. And there's a need with this judgment in the reverse to accept whatever level of denial that you're in of trying to make this work. And I mean, literally, if you listen to the cards from Leo, it would make a lot of sense, whether your person is a Leo or you got it in your chart, or if you just want to listen. Because I went into great depth about that. It's like, it's a need to come to the realization of just like giving up and giving up because the love is conditional. It's like, whether it's a person who's expecting you to be something other than you are for them to love you, or you expecting someone to be something other than what they are in order for you to love them, it's like that's dead in the water, because human beings are who it is that they are, and no human being changes for another person. That's just the reality. That, like, and I'm saying this as a therapist, like, you have to want to change for yourself. First thing that they tell us in graduate school, how many therapists does it take to change a light bulb? I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay, this is the answer. How many therapists does it take to change a light bulb? None, because the light bulb has to want to change itself. There is no amount of love or support or gratification that you can give to another human being, because the truth of the matter is we are born by ourselves and we die by ourselves. Every single person that knows and loves you was not here the day that you were born. Your mom pushed her out her banoonie, or you got cut out of her tummy. You feel what I'm saying? But the day that you die, you may even have loved ones that are surrounded with you, but you go through that transition solo dolo. And it's not to say that you should say F people, my whole life is about me, but it's you understanding how it is that we self-sacrifice our own happiness for other people who were not here when we were born, nor will not be there the day that we transition out of this space. So there's a need more or less to understand that why it is that you're in this stagnant energy with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is because you are the one who's making the misjudgment and refusing to accept the fact that this is over and it's never going to be anything else than what it was. But what it was up to this point was a blessing. It was something that offered you a lesson, and it's something that you can grow and transform from, but it's dead in the water, and it's a need to accept that and release it. Because the more you hold on to it, hashtag Four of Pentacles, you're going to start to look like the death that you're holding on to. And me looking at this High Priestess in the reverse and the energy between the two of you, regardless of how optimistic or self-serving or self-absorbed your person is, it's like the fact that two of you are still fraternizing with each other, it's the death of both of you. So the gift that you can give to yourself as well as the other person is to let each other go and just keep it moving. It was just a time. It was just a little karmic lesson. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, if you pick number 4, we have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Now, this is the thing I'm hearing very specifically with this for group 4. There's some of you guys where this is the person that you guys feel is the one that got away. You feel what I'm saying? So this could be a person where they're in a whole nother relationship and you're like trying to seduce the person back into being with you because, I mean, God forbid you're on the whole twin flame karmic type of thing, like this is my person. And it's like using different things or weaknesses that you know with the person, or I mean, vice versa, whatever, that's trying to lull the person out of the happiness that they're in. I wouldn't necessarily say vice versa, because if the Wheel of Fortune was upright, I could say that. But with Aries card being in the reverse with group 4, I don't necessarily feel that you guys are in like a super dope place. It's like, it's more or less, and not saying that your life fucking sucks or anything, but it's just the fact that where you are, you're feeling stuck, which is why I say the one that got away. It's like you feel you're stuck because you think that this person is the one that got away, or you think this person is your twin flame, and you got this psycho, crazy, karmic person that's holding them prisoner as if they don't have free will. You feel what I'm saying? And it's more or less like fraternizing with this person, trying to get them back to you because you think the only thing that's stopping you from moving forward is this person. And that's not even the case, because looking at how these cards play out in this particular scenario, this person is content and happy where it is that they are, because in a very 3D superficial sense, they're getting what it is that they want and what they need in the situation. but they're ill-guided, not connected to spirit. And if we're fraternizing with stuff like that, then Aries, it means that you're ill-guided and not connecting to spirit. Not saying that you are not connected to spirit. It's just electing to not listen to spirit or your guides in reference to this. But the outcome of this is going to be a lose-lose situation for both people. You know what I'm saying? So the advice is to look at the error in your judgment, right? No person is your savior. There is not one person. There's no such thing. Like, if you never remember anything your friend Marlo tells you, there's no such thing as the one that got away. No such thing exists. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not one failed relationship with one human being when there's 7.9 billion people on planet Earth that could somehow stop you from fulfilling your destiny. And deep down inside, you know better than that. But you got into a scarcity complex in your humanity to where you feel that you have to lower yourself to bring in a person who's already where it is that they are, and create narratives like things like karmics to make oneself feel better about why it is the person that you think is the one that got away is with another person. But you actually have someone that's for you, but you have to get out of these two energies, right? In order to see that, to turn both of these reverse cards, Six of Wands and the Judgment, into the upright. So why I say for all four groups, this is a karmic lesson for all of you, whether it's for you to, because I mean, for all of y'all, it's kind of looking like, for me, like whoever it is that y'all were with or are with, that is not your person. If you're still hung up on the person, it's not your person. All of these cards are in the same octave, but it's different manifestations of how it is that you're dealing with this. But I could say wholeheartedly for Aries, the only reason why you feel stagnant and stuck in a rut, and why you feel out of alignment with spirit, or why you subconsciously even feel that this relationship is out of alignment with spirit, but you may look at this person because in 3D they seem super fucking dope. You feel what I'm saying? But they ain't shit. Because, and why I say they ain't shit is not because I'm valuing the person. It's because of what it is that I'm seeing vibrationally. If this person was the shit, meaning that they're for you, you would not be stagnating out and lost and confused and trying to figure things out, or trying to seduce or resurrect the freaking dead corpse of a relationship, or sitting here feeling bad about yourself, or thinking that something got away from you. Because, sweetheart, you are a child of the divine. Can anything ever get away from you? You already have a whole inheritance, and you need to know that. You feel what I'm saying? It feels kind of like a soul session, don't it? But anyway, Aries, that's been your soulmate session. I love your freaking face. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. You know what I'm saying? Kiss, 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 bitch. Don't fight me, Aries. I love y'all. Bye.